what I'd like for him to do, that for number one, apologize, not just for his own actions, but for the actions of the court as a chief judge, and number two, that's not enough, but to actually do something about the family courts, to do something to sit at home knowing that a child was murdered because of a decision from a family court that you presided over, and to do nothing is disgusting. It's just pathetic. So a family court judge is not an expert. He's not required to have any training. Would you feel good? Would you feel good if somebody hired you because you just seem like a swell guy? Somebody hired you to do brain surgery, and then you go in there with a chainsaw and start cutting people up, and some going to be some casualties, of course. Would you feel good about that, or would you go through and would you maybe sit back and look at that system and say, you know what? There's something we could do different. I know the system better than anybody. There's something we can do different. You have a family court judge, somebody who's supposed to have some dignity, some integrity, and they come away doing this. And then you got lawyers, and they're supposed to be the people that uphold the law and justice, and they're out there destroying families. And then you got prosecutors who are supposed to seek justice, and they just drop balls and just let depraved criminals run loose. How am I supposed to feel about this stuff? And then you got it just goes on and on. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. How am I supposed to train my girls to have respect for authority in this kind of environment? Redeem this, please. Somebody redeem this and tell me that this system has some value to it, that this system is worth fighting for. I was a patriot. I was devoted to my country. I thought I would go to war for my country. I would have died for my country as a young man. I wanted to serve. I wanted to do something to help people. I got my degree to do that. I was a teacher to do that. I was an EMT to do that. I was a respiratory technician to do that. I wanted to serve people, to help people. And it's all been pulled away. It's all been just dismantled. And that's for me. What about my children? They didn't even want to finish high school because they know that our school system is whacked. They know that our court system is whacked. How do I give them hope? How do I tell them that, look, there's some integrity left in this world? I don't want to be part of this game of trying to seek justice and seek truth because it's elusive. People don't respond. They don't do what they're supposed to do. I tried to change laws and policies and everything, and it just kept getting shut down. And I have a good head about what is good. I examined the system, and I came up with some good solutions as best as I could tell. I don't want to become part of the system, but from my perspective, I could see some good solutions. But they don't want solutions. It's a money grab. This whole thing is a money grab. The family court system is based on federal grants through Title IV D funding and E funding. It's based on those grants. Those grants need to come in. And for those grants to come in, and this is a huge part of Virginia's budget, every state's budget comes through the social services. Look at your state budget and you'll see social services is the number one source of income for a state. That's a lot of income considering we got taxes, you got all kinds of stuff to bring in income. But social services brings in more income than most every other category because it's all based on grants. And the number one source of income for social services is child support collection. Now, how do you have child support collection? You have to create a divided family. You have to create this tension. You have to continue to let lawyers do the bidding of the state, all in the name of good. Because if we have social services, then we're doing some good, right? No. I think we could eliminate social services and be a better society for it. And I could go on about this. And frankly, I know that I'm blowing hot air. I know that there's nothing to be done. But I'm not just going to stand here and not try. I wrote a letter to Joe Massey, and I told him what he had done. And I did that for one reason, so that you had the opportunity to make a choice. You had the opportunity to see that and to take some accountability or to make some sort of amends or do anything. even if it's internal. But your response, what was your response? You called the police. That was your response. Now, I can understand. It makes sense. I didn't threaten you. I made it clear that I wasn't threatening you. But you took it as some sort of threat because it came to your house. Okay, because you think you're above the law because you got this title given to you as judge. Well, I found out that you don't deserve the integrity that a judge is supposedly supposed to be given based on what you did to my family. I think the death of a child is enough. And I'm not saying that you did it, but you contributed. And I contributed, for that matter. So let's all jump off a bridge, right? No, I want to try to make things better. But what did you do? You called the police. You think that deterred me? Do you think that somehow scared me? No. No, not at all. I just didn't have anything else to say to you. I'm not going to sit there and write you letters like I'm some sort of crazy person. It's not what I do. I'm not a crazy person. I'm a reasonable person. But I did want to make a campaign online for people that were looking up your name so they can affiliate you with what you did to my family. But you're not the only one. So don't worry, you're not the only one. As a matter of fact, you probably haven't even been the focus. But you, I believe, if I'm honest, I believe you have more redemptive value. And I believe you're a better person than I give you credit for. I want to believe that. You seem like you have integrity. But like I said, I have zero. I don't even want to bring harm to you. I don't want to see harm. I want to see you do something redemptive so that I can have faith, my children can have faith, and people can have faith in this society still. We're losing our faith in this whole structure. A lot of people, let me make this very clear. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people are aware, very aware of this situation and of Joe Massey's name. So don't think that this is just some guy in his bedroom making some video. No, this is a movement of people, for one, that are activists that want to see change to family court. I don't affiliate necessarily with them these days because they are a lot of hurt people from all the damage that's been done to them, and I need to be healthy. I want to be healthy. But I still love them, and I care so deeply about everybody who has been separated from their children and has been hurt by family courts. All different situations. I care so much about them. But besides that, there's people that, because this situation has hit the news in a national and a global way, there's been tons of people, hundreds of thousands of people who are aware of the situation. The value that it would be to have the judge in the situation, the one of authority, the one who has some authority in the situation, to say, you know what, you've got a point there, Mr. Hoffer. Our family court systems they're a little ragged. We need to do something. And you know how many laws I see on the books to help family courts? None. Year after year after year. And if they are, I see them get shut down. I had a ton of them. I wanted to see them go through. Most of the time the legislators say, you know what, it's not going to work. But when they do go through, they don't work, because you know who's all the legislators? They're all lawyers, and they're all trying to keep this lawyer business going. The Bar Association, they think that they're the ones, it's a lot of arrogance, tons of arrogance. They think that they're the ones. Well, when it comes to families, they're not the ones. I don't even think they're very good at handling criminal cases, but I digress, because they do things that I couldn't even possibly imagine. I couldn't break down and look at the world like they do, and I'm glad I can't. I probably could if I devoted my life to it, but I do have respect for everybody's position. Every job is important, but lawyers and families and children, they don't mix. And so our family courts need completely thrown out is what they need. But at the very least, they need adjustments. And I have a whole list of things, just from simple things like mandated parenting classes to the people that are litigants, the parents. Increasing the pay for the guardian ad litems. I mean, you can't, having a judge lay out all of the, address each of the best interest elements, and having guardian ad litem justify his reasoning as well. And I understand there's a lot of work already that goes into it. But in that case, then let's have more judges. Let's have more judges and be able to handle the influx of it. Pay them less. Maybe even make them a volunteer basis or something like that, to where they're people that are doing it out of their hearts. The family court judge should be a position of prestige. It should be a position of serving people, of making sure the families are healed. Family courts are not about healing. They're about adversity. They're about pitting children, parents against each other, using children as leverage. It's disgusting. It's horrible. And if that's not your intentions when you go into a family court, that's what you're forced to do. You're forced to fight like mad. You're forced to pay your lawyer and keep paying your lawyer and keep paying your lawyer in order to destroy the other parent. It's horrible. And we all know this. And nobody's doing nothing about it because of that big dollar sign. And there's a lot of people's feathers who get ruffled by messing with the family court system. And I'm willing to do it. So put me as a sacrificial lamb on doing it. Put me out there. I'll speak. I'll be the one that can get put my life on the line. People actually think can get pretty dangerous if you start threatening their money supply. So I'm not worried about it. But I have a protector. See, that's the whole thing that I don't mention. And I'm just going to leave it right here. And my protector is the Almighty. Now, we all have that option. And all we have to do is put our faith. And I know that by me being boisterous like this, it doesn't come across like how people want to perceive Christianity or whatever. Well, I'm not a gumshoe Christian. I'm not a cookie cutter Christian. I'm a person of faith. That's different. I read the Bible and I read about Jesus, and I love Jesus. That's the difference. I know that's getting to the sensitive, warm, gushy parts of me that you don't need to know about, but I need to let you know that whatever you do to me, most likely will just come right back on you. So I feel like I have guardian angel that's kind of like the bomb. So that's all I'm saying. So I don't have to threaten anybody. I don't do anything. But the truth matters. And that's it. And sorry if that's too much for everybody to hear. I'm sorry. But, I think I've said it. I think I've said enough. And I hope this is a keeper. Hope that it hits the spot, that tender nerve.